Hey guys, I was on the Alex Belfield show earlier, last night actually. By the way, I'm not political, but let's hear what I had to say, shall we?
Two, should Boris be sacked?
No, no way.
Why? Do you like him? Are you a bit thick?
No, it's a system that needs.
Basically, right, what happened was he asked Boris Johnson's party, he'd been going to the legal party, basically. When everyone was locked down, people couldn't see their family members. Some people's mothers died in hospital, and because they were sticking by the rules, they couldn't see anyone. This was during the peak time in December last year. So, yeah, I do think he should be sacked. Obviously, I think they should all be sacked, but it's not going to change anything because you still have an establishment. Whether the establishment isn't a left-wing establishment and a right-wing establishment, and they're all following the WHO. So this is just a distraction, even though it's terrible. Yeah, sack them, but you're still got an establishment there that's all corrupt and following the money trail. So really, the power brokers here are the people like, it could be China, it could be big tech, it could be anyone. They're all lobbied and stuff. So it doesn't matter who's in power. They're following the WHO and all this crap. It's just so politically, I'm not even focused. I think we can only really rely on technology to liberate us. But they'll use technology to imprison us, but we got to use it to liberate us. That's my only political views, really. Anyway, let's hear what I got to say, shall we? You ready? Go.
No, no way.
Why? Do you like him? Are you a bit thick?
No, it's a system that needs to be sacked. You can't change the system. It doesn't matter who's in power. You're saying
Right.
stuff happens because it's all money. It's all about the money, isn't it?
Oh my God! So there's no hope.
No,
Well, there is hope, okay. Like I said, so they'll use blockchain and digital ID to create a social credit score, limiting who can spend money and who can't. But we could create our own ecosystems where we could trade amongst ourselves, and we might actually go into some sort of two-tier society. I don't know, but like I said, we got to stop getting distracted by all this sleaze and corruption that's always been there, and sort of see past that and how we're going to survive going into this new world. Because this is all leading up to what I call the Great Reset, which will, when everyone's poor, they'll be dependent on the state. So we would then step into a social credit system where your privileges would be granted to you, unless you'd have to adhere to a certain conformity, which may not be healthy. I don't know, but technologically wise, we've got to prepare for the collapse. There's a collapse coming, and that's what's going to imprison most people: poverty. So that's any of my political views, anyway.
it's all about a Great Reset. You need to look into the Great Reset.
Yes, we've looked into that. What about Keir Starmer?
I don't know who Keir Starmer is, by the way.
Would you like the idea of Diane Abacus running the country? Alex,
No,
don't bring me
she
into
is.
I
this.
just think everyone's following the WHO. Everyone's following the WHO.
Oh, I like
And
the Who.
it doesn't
Who
matter.
are you?
He cut me off, and I was going to, well, basically, Diane Abbott's a numpty, and I'm just saying Labour aren't really likely ever to get in. I don't think that, even though with all this Tory sleaze, we haven't really got much of an option unless Farage comes back in and starts pushing them to do other things. So, anyway, I'm not into politics. I think it's all corrupt as fuck. I think politicians should be paid more money, so it's more than their job's worth to be corrupt. I know it sounds counterintuitive, but they should be paid more money. I think it's the only way to stop them from being so corrupt. Because no matter what politicians are in power, they are corrupt, okay? Just by the nature, they don't have enough money, so they make their money on the side. And also, blockchain will know where all their money's coming from. So if every political party has to adhere by, let's say, like automated smart contracts where people with digital ID have to plug in, and the votes can't be manipulated by blockchain, and we have some form of direct democracy where we get to vote on every individual aspect of our lives, and we can deliver true freedom. And we know where everyone's money's being spent, so that where everyone's payments on a blockchain, there's complete transparency. So we know that all the side earnings they'll be making. So I think blockchain, as much as it can imprison us, it can also imprison them. So even though transparency works both ways. So yeah, I think technology, just focusing on technology, like to liberate us, is the best way, rather than relying on establishment politicians. I don't know how these establishment get into power. Why do these little people vote them? Like, they come from these little tiny constituencies. But there must be a way to get the establishment out. I mean, that would be a great help, wouldn't it? So that's my only political views. I keep politics completely separate from my crypto channel, because I don't want to be kicked off YouTube. And the whole point of this is to distract me from politics, because it can be very, down and cumbersome. It can make you depressed if you think too much into this thing. So you got to be like the pioneer of the world, trying to make things better rather than just moaning how bad things are. We got to try and shape the world how we see fit. Okay, that's the only thing I will say on the matter. Okay, Crypto Surfer signing out. Take care. Adios.